See where the pants may take me. First of all, why are they basically up to my boot? And this would be the Sisterhood of the Traveling Short Overall. Washed them and they're actually still warm from the dryer. I'm really just stuck in this here because it's when I was putting on my pants again, realized that I am wearing my underwear inside out. So that's just a little secret between you and I. I have a tail feather. Okie dokie. So I've actually done a few of these videos where I read a book and then make an outfit that I could wear if I fell into that world. And I was walking down the street and I walked past a little library, and that specific one usually has not my particular style of reading choices in it, but for some reason I decided, let me look, let me see, and I found the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And this book is definitely for like middle school to early high school, but I remember really enjoying, I feel like enjoying is the wrong word because it's honestly so freaking sad, but just having such strong emotions towards the movie. I did want to read the book a long time ago when I was around that age. I just never did. And I saw it and I thought, I think this is my next read a book, make an outfit video. It's about to be summer. Now, I don't have a friend group to share a magical pair of pants with. However, I do think I can come up with a pretty cool pair of pants and flip a pair of jeans that I already have and kind of create my own magical pants. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing this week. I just started the book and I know it's going to be really sad. I know all the different stories of the 4 girls, and if you don't know, this is a book about 4 girls. I think it's the summer before their junior year of high school. They are best friends, but they're all really, really different, and they find this pair of pants that for some reason they figure out that it fits all 4 of them, and they all have different body types. So this is the first time that they're all separate from each other for the summer, and they decide to start shipping these pair of pants around to each other with this set of rules, and then just writing letters back and forth while we follow each of the characters on their specific adventures during this particular summer. Also, this in the front says always gift, never for sale, little free library. So I think what I'm going to do is when I finish the book, I'm going to put it back into the library, or maybe a different one, I'm not really sure. But I think I want to make a little bookmark. This is my bookmark, but I think I want to make a little bookmark to put in the book so the next person can enjoy it and do something that like travels with the book, or it doesn't have to travel. Whoever gets it next can just have it, but I kind of want to make a little bookmark to go with it. Anyway, I just started this book. I'm only on like page 50. I'm like really not that far into it. This book is definitely for early high school / middle school. I don't know how many times I can say that, but it's almost like a nostalgic feeling reading this book. And I feel like I really, really would have enjoyed this when I was that age. I'm still enjoying it now and kind of through the lens of younger me, because now as an adult, some of it's kind of silly and corny and just very, like, not childish, but of the age that you are supposed to be when you're reading the book, if that makes sense. It's very fitting for like 13, 14-year-olds. However, I am having a good time, and there are a lot of good lessons in the book. I feel like each character is going through their own personal struggles and celebrations. I just really appreciate the story because it is refreshing to see or read about 4 girls that are so, so different physically, but also in the different things that they enjoy and the way that they act. But yet they're all best friends, and that is the core focus of their friendship, is that no matter what or how different they may be, they always are there for each other and have each other's backs and just very much value their friendship. And I really appreciate that because I feel like I literally have never had friendships like this ever. And it is just refreshing to read about that and fun. So I'm ready to have a good time, see where the pants may take me, and then make my own pants. Okay, that was enough yapping. Let's read this book. It's the next day. I read this entire book yesterday. I mean, it's not that big, but still, read the entire book. And my thoughts, first of all, what was my first? I didn't read the book when I was a kid or teenager. I did watch the movie, but reading it or experiencing it is what I will say now versus then, and how differently I see the story and the conflicts for each character. And I feel like it's a good representation of your childhood versus adult perspective and just the reality of, that was my dog, the reality of growing up and dealing with life through their perspective. And now I'm at an age where I kind of see their situations differently. Are there plot holes and different problems that I don't necessarily love in the book? Yes, absolutely. It is a pretty dated book. I feel like you can kind of tell when this was written. Also, this book is older than me. I don't know if that makes me feel old or not though, because like it's not that much older than me, but it is older than me. And I just really appreciate books like this, and I did when I was that age too. It was a very comforting thing, but also in a realistic way. This book, I think one of the girls says she's depressingly hopeful, and I feel like this book does represent the feeling of being depressingly hopeful. And the way this author has the girls think, and they're all so differently, however, I can connect to each and every single one of them. I did as a kid, and I can still now as an adult. And I think it represents being a kid or a young adult very well, specifically being a girl. They were dealing with real life issues and just solving them in ways that they could and trying to understand what's going on in their lives as they're starting to grow up. And they're separate now, so they don't have each other. They do. We see that they do, and I appreciate we see how their friendship lasts and how they really focus on their friendship even while being apart and how to support each other even from a distance, but also dealing with these big issues, these big life issues, at least in terms of what they have going on. It's big for them at the time and how they are navigating it, and just the way that they think internally. I really, really like it, and I still relate to it now as an adult. It's like you never really grow up, even though you do at your core. There's just these things that always are there and you always feel a specific way about them. I also feel like this book is almost like Winnie the Pooh in a sense that, I mean, it doesn't explicitly say that they all have different mental illnesses, but isn't it Winnie the Pooh that they all of the characters represent different mental illnesses? And I feel like this book is a little bit similar is to Winnie the Pooh and how maybe not specifically mental illnesses, but different ways that they deal and cope with different issues and situations. In the end, this book is not about the pants. It's about the friendship and the challenges that they face and how they can grow and learn and change. And the pants represent all of those things and all of those memories of life. And that summer specifically, the pants just kind of are a guide to a much bigger picture, or a starting point to a much bigger picture. It's almost like a journal or a diary and a place where they can come back to and realize what has happened in their lives and all the challenges they faced and overcome and just the memories of life. I just really appreciate stories like this. I forget the quote specifically or who even said it, but it's along the lines of, you know, a book is good, a childhood book is good when you read it as an adult and you can still get something out of it. You can still appreciate it, enjoy it, learn from it. And I feel like this is one of those books. Is it absolutely the best book ever? No. There are plot holes, there are issues, there are problems, there are a lot of things wrong and dated about this book. However, I just really appreciate stories like this and how different each of the girls are, but how much they value their friendships and relationships with other people, and just these characters feel real. Like you could be reading someone's diary. Now, I am moving on to the pants, making our own pants. I have 2 pairs right now. I actually put them both in the wash because I don't know if I'll be able to wash them. I'll probably hand wash them from now on, but I put them in the wash to get like one more good wash out of them. I have 2 pairs. I have a pair of overalls and a pair of jeans. I'm just gonna go around to my different crafting areas and pull things that I might use. I wanna try and do different formats, different styles of different things. I feel like you'll see when I get to it what I'm talking about, but I'm just going to be creative and use fabric and paint and yarn and notions and all different things that all are associated with some sort of memory to myself. And I'm not really going to talk about each of the memories, but in my head, I know that every single piece that I put on the jeans will have some sort of memory, and I feel like that is my way of creating my own traveling pants, because it's obviously not the same situation that they're in. However, I can still create a pants filled with memory that I can wear all summer. It is currently raining, so if you can hear that in the background, sorry, but it's supposed to rain for the next week and be gloomy and yucky, but that's the preparation for summer. We're in spring right now. We're preparing for the sunshine. So I am preparing for the sunshine by making some fun, custom, memory-filled pants. I know the lighting is terrible, but look, I found a pair of jeans that I literally did this with. This entire leg is covered in patchwork scraps. Now I'm gonna do it again, but even better. Now, this is not the perfect pair of pants, okay? First of all, why are they basically up to my boobs? Like, these are the high-waisted of high-waisted pants. And then we have, like, this situation, right? Also, I think my camera's about to die. That's not what the also is. Like, they're just, my camera did in fact die. Like, this is literally the pair of pants on the cover of the book. However, these are not like is that the point that they're supposed to be the most basic pair of pants, of jeans, and then it's the memories that make them special? I don't know. Like, I could definitely deal with this situation. I can alter them, or I have some different things I can do. They're just so tall. And is this giving summer? I feel like this is not giving summer. My other option, Maria, why you gotta do me like That ain't no baby. That ain't my girl. I found these overalls, right? I have these overalls that here's the thing. This is the first pair of overalls that I ever got, and as an adult, like as spending my own money. And I now have a really solid overall denim collection, and I don't really like these, and I was considering turning them into shorts because I don't have any classic overalls that are shorts. I have pants, but I don't have shorts. I also have like different types of short overalls, but not like a classic pair. And this would be the sisterhood of the traveling short overalls. Maybe, I mean, like, I get the sisterhood of the traveling shorts. Not as catchy, not as clever, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna cut these and then make these work. I do have a disaster. It is manageable though. I've gone through everything I pulled out, put stuff I'm not going to use away, and then I sorted through the pile. I do need to put that away because I sorted this to, you know, see what I'm saying? Let's see, where do I want to cut? I'm gonna cut them like way too long so that I can cuff them and then go from there. So I'm gonna cut them here, and then just start working. I don't have a plan, but that's okay. I just turned them inside out, and I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, let's do it on the other side. Cue the time lapse of me figuring it out, and then we'll be back to show the finished results. Quick 10-day, whoa, that is so crooked. I finished them. I finished them, and these are my new favorite things that I've ever made. I'm really proud of myself on how these turned out. There are so many details with so many memories, and I love how they turned out. I'm really proud of myself for this. This took, I think, 10 days. I worked on it for a couple hours for like a week and a half, and now I have these overalls, and they're really comfortable. I was worried they might be a little uncomfortable, but this is so exciting. Every single thing on here has a memory attached to them. This is like on the level of, if you want to know me, I need to tell you everything on my Pinterest board and why. Every single playlist that I have on my Spotify and why I put the song on there. Every single piece of these denim overalls and why and what happened. This is the individual of the memory overalls. Also, the feathers. I have a tail feather. If you know Shake Your Tail Feather by the Blues Brothers, I have a tail feather. This is the little bookmark that I'm going to be putting in the book. It's just a star. I didn't have green or blue in this color, but I think it'll work kind of like these girls in their dreams. And I'm gonna go put this in a little library later on today. It's about to start raining, but I will eventually. And then I just put it on the page of where they make the little rules for their pants. This was fun. I think this is my favorite book outfit situation that I've done so far, and I'm just gonna keep doing more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did a lot of very different techniques with different materials on this, so if you saw something that you're like, huh, how'd you do that? Comment and I'll comment back. If you care to know, I would be happy to help you out. I hope you enjoyed watching, and maybe this is your sign to go make your very own pair of traveling pants. You can do it by yourself. You don't have to have a sisterhood. You can just have fun on your own. This was a lot of work, and I'm really glad that it turned out the way that I wanted. It honestly turned out better than I initially imagined. I was a little hesitant there, a little worried. I had to just keep building and building and building, but yeah, there's tons of stuff on here. And that's pretty much it. I hope you have the best day ever and your coffee tastes like magic. Bye!